What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. Today we are digging into the top pros and cons for living in Concord, California. Let's go check it out. Hey guys, what's up? I am Adam Dobrinich. This is living in the San Francisco Bay Area. If this is your first time to the channel, welcome. Second, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, because every single week I am bringing you a new video telling you everything you need to know about living in or moving to the San Francisco Bay Area. Also, I am a licensed real estate agent here in the Bay Area, and as much as I love making these videos for you, I would love even more to help you with your real estate needs. So that number that keeps popping up below, I do answer all of my own phone calls, emails, text messages. I would love to be a resource for you and help out in any way that I can. So with that being said, let's jump into the top pros and cons for living in Concord, California. Here we go. So let's jump into our first pro for Concord, California, and it is affordability. Look, we all know that real estate prices, rental prices in the Bay Area are really high. It is no different than when you come out to Contra, Costa County. But Concord, California is definitely an affordable option, especially compared to some of the neighboring towns like Pleasant Hill, Walnut Creek, or Lafayette, where the average home price is pretty much over $1 million at minimum. Concord, California is definitely a good option. It's even more affordable than neighboring Martinez. And so if you're looking to get yourself into a home, check out Concord, California. It is definitely a good option. Now, my second pro for Concord is the commuting and the transportation. So Concord has BART stations, easy freeway access, good public transportation with the buses. So as far as the commutability of Concord, it's definitely pretty good. However, I will call out, maybe I'll put this into the con side as well, that the location of Concord, there is a lot of traffic on the freeways. And so if you are commuting via car, you could run into some traffic, which could certainly make the commuting factor of Concord a con. But from my perspective, given the options that Concord provides with BART, with buses, and the easy accessibility to freeways, I have commuting on my pro list for Concord. My third pro for Concord is the downtown. This is a very cool thing about Concord, is there are essentially two downtowns. You have the newer Veranda, which is just a couple years old, has lots of great restaurants, has lots of great shopping, big Whole Foods restaurant there, IMAX theater. It is really a cool place that a lot of people go to on the weekends. And then you have the old downtown, the Toto de Santos Plaza, which also has lots of great restaurants and options, a beautiful little square and park there. And so Concord is really kind of set up with two downtowns, great options for you. And my number 4 pro for Concord, California are the things to do. I already mentioned the downtown, but Concord also has tons of parks, tons of trails. It's very close to Mount Diablo State Park. There's the Concord Pavilion, where there are some fantastic music acts that come through there throughout the year. You have a weekly farmers market to get all of your fresh produce. There's Pixieland, which is an amusement park for kids. And last but not least, we have Hurricane Harbor, which is a water park and water slides that people go to throughout the summer. Absolutely love it. It's very, very cool. And that's not to mention all of the kind of festivals and events that Concord has going on throughout the year as well. So big pro for Concord is all the things that you have to do there. All right, let's jump into the cons for Concord, because I would be doing you a disservice if I was only giving you the good stuff and not the bad too. And so my first con for Concord, California is definitely the crime and homelessness. Compared to cities like Pleasant Hill, Walnut Creek, Lafayette, Danville, Concord is definitely going to have more crime and homelessness than these other places. Is it as bad as San Francisco? Probably not, but it is something that you should definitely have on your radar. Now, Concord does have its kind of better neighborhoods and better areas, and some worse areas and some worse neighborhoods. So doing your due diligence, on that and finding out, the place that is best for you and is well suited for you and your family, I highly recommend. But we need to call out crime and homelessness for Concord. My number 2 con for Concord is basically its location in the Bay Area. It is a little bit further out there. Now, there are definitely some cities that you can go even further, like Antioch and Brentwood, but Concord is a little bit further out there. So if you do need to commute into Oakland or into San Francisco, your commute is going to be longer. If you're driving, you are definitely going to run into quite a bit of traffic on the freeways during those commute hours for Concord, and having to deal with that traffic all the way from San Francisco or Oakland. So location in the Bay Area, definitely something that I want to call out as a con. So that leads me right into number 3, which traffic. Again, because of its location in the Bay Area, you are going to run into traffic during those commute hours. You can even run into traffic on the off commute hours. And because of where it is located, it's really, really tough to avoid. There's not really a lot of workarounds. So you may want to take a look at public transportation and the BART system, but traffic is definitely something that I want to call out. Next, my number 4 con is the walkability or bikeability of Concord. It is definitely a commuter city, not really a place where you can do a lot of walking and get to where you need to be. You really will need a car to get around town in general, or to get to other areas, unless you are finding something that's literally right along the BART line. And so I do want to call out, it's not a very walkable city. It's not a very bikeable city. There are some trails that can get you from where you need to go, but in general, it's definitely a place where you're going to likely need a car. Now, my last con for you is, despite Concord being the largest city in Contra, Costa County, there's hardly any nightlife. It closes up pretty early in Concord. And so if that's something that's really important to you, if you like going out, staying out a little bit later, you may have to make your way into places like Walnut Creek, or get a little further out into Berkeley, Oakland, or all the way out into San Francisco. So that is something that, for a lot of towns actually here in Contra Costa County, things shut down a bit earlier. There's not a ton of nightlife. So like I said, if that is something that's important to you, despite Concord being a bigger city, it's really not something that you're going to have here. All right, let me jump into one bonus for you, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the weather for Concord, because it could be a pro, it could be a con. In the summertime in Concord, it gets really hot. Now, that does lend itself to some really beautiful summer nights, and the spring and the fall seasons are really nice as well. But in the wintertime, it does get cold. Overnight in the wintertime, it'll get down into the 30s. It'll push up into the 50s or 60s during the day in the winter. But again, if really hot weather during the summer, I'm talking like upper 90s, 100s, is not your thing, Concord might not be the spot for you. So if you are looking for that, or you are looking for a place that will give you a bit of temperature variation throughout the year and get you, kind of those 4 seasons, so Concord could be a good spot for you. But I do want to give this as a bonus, sort of pro and con, just to try to round out all the information that I can give you. All right, with that being said, that is my list of pros and cons for you for Concord, California. Hopefully you found these valuable. If you want to talk more about these, or talk more about Concord in general, please do not hesitate to reach out. I am your local Bay Area realtor, and like I said, I would love to help you with any of your real estate needs. With that being said, have a great day, have a great week ahead, have a great weekend. Look forward to seeing you on the next video.